Carefully spit reality. Yeah. Listen to me, carefully spit reality. Yeah. Yo, if you can picture this, sitting back, spot your backflip. Negative thoughts flowing through your mind quick. Take your next hit, hope it's gonna solve it, but your baby mama's hauling, you're falling for this shit. To God you be calling, please help me. Your memories the raise, cause the weed seeds keep your mind on your wealth.
Back in 2000, when Luton Borough Council Social Services put out a tender to organisations to run a children's rights project.
Teenage Pregnancy Project started up in 2002, and basic work that I do is like split into two. So I offer support to teenage parents, you know, with housing, benefits, general parenting skills, you know, giving them advice and stuff like that.
In September 2001, I took over from the development officer as the first children's rights officer based in Luton.
And I think I was really glad when the outreach project started, because it gave the girls another face, someone else to speak to.
And basically, from my own background, which was working with young people in the city and various other places, I felt that children's rights should be for more than just looked after children, and kind of opened up the doors for other people to use us.
I'm Teenage Pregnancy Coordinator for Luton, which means I work with organisations across the town to make sure all the services are in place for young people, both to prevent teenage pregnancy and to support young people.
How old were you when you first found out you was pregnant?
I was 15. I had him when I was 16.
Okay, and were you in school then?
Yeah, I was in school.
Well, I fell pregnant at 15 and had her at 16.
I just turned 18 when I had her.
I was 17. I was 17.
I was about 17 years old when I fell pregnant with Shamari, and I had him at the age of 18.
I'm a counsellor for a charity called EFA, so I'm empowering families experiencing abuse.
Okay, and what kind of service do you provide to teenage parents?
Counselling, although it could come in a range of housing, well, anything that they may need really.
Your initial reactions when you first found out you were pregnant were, how did you feel about it?
In a way, I was happy, but like I was a bit shocked and a bit pissed because I was fucking up my life, and you know.
Okay. So those same reactions, I mean, what is your first reaction now on hearing the word when people say teenage parents?
I don't like being referred to as a teenage parent. I'm not a teenage parent, I'm a parent. It doesn't matter what age I am or, you know, how old I am, I'm just a standard parent like anyone else.
Quite shocking when I found out. I only went for a general checkup at the GUM, and they asked me when my last period was, and then I told them, they made me have a test, and they told me. I was in that room for about 2 hours thinking how I'm going to tell my mum and my dad and my partner, but in the end I told my partner that same day, and he was actually quite happy. I was shocked because I was threatened because of my age, as he was slightly older, so it was different.
So are you a dad yourself?
Yeah, I've got 3 children.
You don't get to enjoy yourself or do anything that you really want to.
Okay. So, like, do you think that you should be going to college and university first, getting a life?
Yeah, definitely. Having fun, doing whatever you have to do, and then like you've got time to settle down. You've got your whole life ahead of you.
Yeah.
And you don't really have to do it all straight away, and then you get tied down and stuck with a baby for like 18 years, and then afterwards you go out and enjoy yourself. It's not the same when you're young.
I just left school.
Okay, so you completed your education?
Well, sort of.
Okay.
It was more. I was actually working at the time.
Okay. Who was with you when you first found out you was pregnant?
Myself.
Okay. And how did that feel?
Lonely and quite shocking to tell other people because I was so young.
To support young people. And we've also got 2 websites specifically aimed at young people in Luton. don'tcrossyourfingers.co.uk, which has got sexual health advice and information on local agencies, and bringingupyourbaby.co.uk, which has got information and advice for young parents.
No, it didn't affect my education because I carried going to school.
Did you get good grades?
Yeah, I got good grades.
Okay.
I've done all my GCSEs heavily pregnant, just when I was about to drop.
What's your job role here?
My job role?
Yeah, what do you do?
I am the head of the centre.
Okay, head of...
I manage the whole centre and the few staff that I have.
Okay, so it's a service for young people to come in and
it used to be a service for young people to come in and just chill, just play pool, but it's changing.
Okay.
Totally.
Do you come into contact with many young fathers?
I come in contact with a lot of promiscuous people. Okay. I don't know whether they're fathers or not. Actually, I know there's a couple that comes here.
How do you think people look on you as being a young parent today?
They look down on me. I mean, especially black women, especially old black women. They tend to look down on you and look at you as if you're not worth nothing.
How did you feel being labelled as a teenage parent?
I hated it. I desperately wanted to look older so that people didn't see me as a teenage parent, because you get a lot of like people tat at you and stuff, and or like, oh, children having children and stuff like that. Get a lot of comments.
Was that like something you saw face on, like when walking down the street, going shopping, or what kind of situations?
It's mostly just in the street, on the bus and things like that.
Okay.
When you're in shops and things like that.
What was the support like at school?
It was a bit awkward, like, because where I was pregnant, I had another girl that was pregnant with me. The teachers were different towards me. When they found out I was pregnant, they were different towards me. It was like, oh, she's pregnant. It's just...
And how did
I
that
felt awkward going to school, but you know, I carried on.
How many people have visited the site?
The sites are very popular, yeah.
Okay. Do you feel that teenage pregnancy will be reduced by the year 2010, following government targets?
I think it will. The rates are coming down already. For the whole of the country, it was 46 per thousand, and now it's 42 per thousand.
Okay.
For Luton, it's 39 per thousand, so we're coming down as well. And there are lots of people working both nationally and locally, working very hard to bring down those rates.
How do you feel about telling your parents that you were pregnant?
I was scared. When I told my mum, I told her over the phone because I didn't want to tell her to her face because I was scared of what she was going to say. And she just hung up the phone on me.
It's just through my mind. Yeah. Time's moving faster, I swear, every year. Same old things, cycle through, I don't care. I smoke gear, I'm lean, I need to sit there. Okay, prepare for the next step. No disrespect, but you got issues, I don't give up. I got problems, need to solve them. Then solve them quick, don't long them, boy. Sort yourself out, without a doubt, you're losing out. No doubt, bank account dry like a...
The centre caters for children from 3 months to 5 years. So we have a baby unit, a toddler unit and a nursery school. But my job is to facilitate parenting groups and groups for the local community. So we have stay and plays and baby groups and baby massage sessions. And we do a group for children that have brothers and sisters with special needs. But we also have a group that we offer to teenage parents or young parents. They come along and they can access the activities that children would access in the nursery. We feel that they come along because they feel more comfortable with the group of parents that are their own age. If they come along to one of the other groups, they sometimes feel a little bit intimidated. People are judging them and what have you. But actually, some of the teenage parents now access the other groups. So that happens on a Wednesday afternoon.
Young fathers have got a vital role to play, but society makes it difficult, I think, for young fathers.
Are you still with the baby father now?
No, we're not together no more.
Yeah, I've been with my baby father for coming up to 4 years now. I mean, I'm not saying it's been easy, but we've been through our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, he's still there for me and he's still there for his child, which is the main thing. And at the end of the day, at my age, there's not a lot of girls that could say that they're still with their baby father anyway. And we just work together. When we have our ups and our downs, I'll speak to my mum or to his sisters, and we just keep the family tight. So, everything's just all right.
I went to the Life Project. Got a pregnancy test done there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was on my own.
And they advised you, they supported you there as much as possible?
Yeah, they asked me what I wanted to do.
When I hear that other teenage girls are getting pregnant, I think, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, that kind of leads on to the next question on how you think people look on you as being a young parent.
Well, I don't really like going town because I get annoyed to people just watching me. And that.
So you feel like they're stereotyping you already?
We had an opportunity to get some funding to have a teenage pregnancy advisor who originally was based in the team that worked with care leavers, But that didn't work as well because being the same company, YMCA, but being in 2 different bases, so we kind of joined together, got a new office. And over the last 3 years we've grown. We've got another full-time worker, an outreach project.
Young girls get pregnant, because they just feel like they need to have a life in it. They feel like they're big women, and I don't think that
some of them ain't got a life and then want a kid, just have a kid.
Yeah, just to have one.
Yeah.
And half of them don't even know how to bring up children anyway.
Do you think a lot of the reasons are primarily to get housing or to keep their partner?
To keep their partner, that's definitely one of them.
Okay.
Some people housing, but usually it's to keep a partner, but I don't even keep them in the end anyway.
How did you go about telling your partner you were pregnant? Because I know that you said, initially he was there. So how did he feel?
He was happy. He wanted me to have a baby.
Can you describe how the pregnancy was?
I liked it with Sky. That's probably due to the fact that I wanted her and that. But it was, and with my other daughter, it was painful. She was in my ribs.
Yeah.
Stressful pregnancy. I was in and out of hospital.
Mine had actually spent at least a month in hospital anyway because I was carrying twins at the time. And
so that in itself is quite daunting to know that. Was that your first kid?
Yeah.
To know that you were going to have twins at such a young age could, I don't know how it feels because I don't really have kids, so.
It's scary enough having just one so young, let alone having 2 little people to depend on you and having time, obviously, to feed them because it's hard enough finding time for one to feed.
Yeah.
The only thing that I could say I was actually lucky with, I was actually working as an au pair before, and so I did have plenty of experience with young children anyway. So I didn't really find it a big issue at the time, to be honest.
Okay. Can you describe the giving birth part, what it was like, how it felt?
It was painful. It hurt. I've never felt pain like that in my life. Never.
Did you know where to go and get support if you needed it?
Yeah, but I never asked for it because I'm stubborn.
Okay. So you knew where to go, so from midwives and that. Did you have the special midwives, the teenage care centre midwives? And how did you find them?
I liked them. I got along with Shirley and Debbie really well.
I've got the teenage midwives, and that they're really good because you can just phone them up if you've got any little worry in there. And just started my antenatal courses, they're good.
Okay.
Teaching you what to do when a baby comes and that.
So are they like every week,
Every Wednesday,
every Wednesday?
Someone to help me and show me what I was meant to do with my baby. I had no idea of how to look after a baby. I mean, it all came to me naturally after he was born, but I think it would have given me more confidence if someone was there to show me what I had to do and what was going to happen after my baby was born.
The drop-in centre, I also do sexual health work as well, so that's offering free pregnancy testing and free condoms as well. So we try and encourage a lot of the young men to come into the service. I mean, it's all female staff in there, but I think it works really well. Did you know where to go and get support if you needed it?
No.
Was there a lot of support around?
No, definitely not.
No.
Just get on with it.
Yours was just based around your experience from being an au pair beforehand.
There weren't no one to go and talk to, and tell how you're feeling, or even down to baby blues afterwards. You didn't really know all that.
Sort it out, keep pumping, keep pumping, make yourself feel big. Laying back, hearing that old track, remind and reminisce of old times before rhymes when everything in life was nice, but things change, and that's the way it is in life. You either keep up and get left behind. That's why you see me standing at the back of that line to success. I'm not blessed, I just speak my mind. Only way to keep me occupied is to speak my mind through rhyme.
You mentioned living in a hostel, how was that?
It depends because there's a high turnover of girls, so some girls go in, sometimes some girls go out and stuff. So it depends on the girls that are there really. Actually living in a hostel is horrible, you don't get any privacy.
Do you have your own accommodation now?
Yeah, at the moment, I do.
I'm a support worker for Life Housing, which is a charity that has lots of houses in the country, and we support young girls that are pregnant or have got babies, and we house them.
So you lot are living in a hostel now, right? How is it hard sharing a house with other mothers and babies?
Yes. Because you're going to get days where you don't like people, you're going to get days when the house is messy and you feel agitated and telling people, come on, get off your arse, yeah, you need to help tidy up, especially me because I am a clean freak. I hate mess. I hate it. And cooking, when we all come to cooking, it's a nightmare. There's not enough pots and pans, everyone cooks different meals.
Space for sterilising bottles.
It's crazy. I just can't wait to get my own house, have my own independence.
Okay, what was it like beforehand when, you know, during your first pregnancy, what was the housing like then?
Well, I came from my foster parents' house. I left my foster parents when I was 18. Me and my social worker, we went to the council.
Okay.
We from there, they told me where my flat was. Went to the agents, got the keys, went in there. I couldn't believe it. I burst out crying. It was disgusting. It smelled. The bed was bust. There was damp all on the walls. But I didn't have nowhere else to go, so I had to stay there. Stayed there for a couple of weeks now.
So what was the procedure? I mean, because a lot of the time now, a lot of girls would most probably get pregnant to, you know, in order to obtain a house. It didn't go like that.
Why I'm here is because my big sister already had a baby and was living at home, and my mum said to me, you're pregnant, Alicia, you're gonna have to stand on your own 2 feet, you can't live in this house with, and I can't cope with you and Leah living here with 2 children, so you need to find your own house, or you need to go out there and tell the council that you've got nowhere to. So I went down the council, said I was homeless, and I was determined, I'm homeless, I'm going to get a nice flat or a nice house. And the man turned around and said, excuse me, you're going to a hostel, young lady. And I just got so upset and so emotional.
Yeah.
And then I had to have a meeting to see if I was allowed to come and stay here. And met Jackie and Janice, our support workers, and they were so lovely. Then you have a day where you come in, view everyone, and meet your room. Well, not meet your room, but move in and that. And it wasn't that bad, but at first I was like, oh my god, I'm going into hostel, I can't cope. I'm Alicia Wasey, how can I really live in a hostel? That is how I was feeling. How could I possibly move into a ghetto hostel? But it's not like that. Not a baby mother unit anyway. It's like a shared house.
Okay.
But you get girls that you don't get on
shared
with.
house with pregnant women and their hormones. Now we know what we used to be like.
Yeah, I had him at 18. It was a bit of a struggle because I was in temporary accommodation at the time and the housing situation wasn't too good. But I had really good support from my partner and my mum and dad, and I had good networks around me, so I was alright.
So what does the overall job entail?
It basically is to give them a safe place to stay. We might get domestic violence victims that come, or it might be just girls that have been thrown out by their parents. So we do a life skills program, which will include cooking, money and budgeting. It's all sort of things that can lead on to independent living for when they get their own places eventually.
Sharing wasn't easy. And had you had your son by then?
I moved in when I was 12 weeks pregnant, and I didn't move out until he was 3 months old.
I noticed how my son was always sick.
Yeah.
So then I was thinking why is he always sick? One night I opened up the door, I saw this big black rat run across the floor. I was shocked. I rang my boyfriend, I begged him to come, and he wouldn't come.
So how long was you on the waiting list for housing?
Well, they don't put you on the waiting list until they feel that you're ready to move out, which is quite frustrating. So I was only on the list a few weeks, but I had to wait for them to put me on the list.
Okay. So that must have been a bit frustrating at that time.
It was frustrating, yeah.
I know what mice are, I know what rats are, and these are rats.
Yeah.
I had to write to who's that woman? Margaret Moran.
She was the MP.
Yeah, she was the MP at the time. I had to write to her. She's saying that how it's not her fault that Margaret Thatcher sold all the council houses and all this rubbish.
So giving you a lot of excuses.
Yeah,
really.
just giving me excuses. After that, my social worker was just hounding them, and then I got moved eventually. I was only in my temporary for about a year.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went to my 2-bedroom house.
What do you think now, looking at some of the young parents that are coming up in today's generation? How do you see them?
I see them differently. Before I had Callum, I thought they were stupid. You know, I thought everyone knows how to use condoms and stuff like that.
now I know that it's an easy mistake to make, and I think more people than you realise make that mistake. I see them as brave, because it's not the easy option to keep a baby, I think. And I don't know, I've got more respect for them than I used to.
How do you see other young girls getting, you know, they want to have a baby now? You know,
I think people think it's a fashion statement, to tell the truth.
And we've heard a lot of that throughout the film.
Well, I think people think it's a fashion statement, and it's not. You've got that child for the rest of your life, 18 years, and still after that you're a mummy to them. It's very, very hard. I think it's hard being a mum, but you have to get up and do it. Every day you have to get up and do it for them. There's no having your free time to yourself, going out clubbing, drinking, having fun, meeting boys. It's totally the opposite. It's like you're deluded from things like that.
Do you feel there's a lot of services provided for young parents in Luton, or not enough?
I don't. There's probably not enough. I wouldn't have thought.
So what kind of services would you like to see?
Probably more drop-in centres, more mother and toddler groups for teenagers. More little groups that maybe would organise like swimming sessions, things like that to do with health as well. I think that would be good.
Well, one, to keep their man.
To keep their man?
Which it doesn't, trust me. I personally myself, didn't have a child to keep my man. I had a child to get over my abortion.
Yeah.
Which was a big mistake. I don't regret having my daughter, but it was a big mistake. Two, to get their house, be on benefits. Some of these reasons, they're so minor.
So you personally know girls out there that are doing it for them reasons?
Yeah, I do. Or for comfort, for someone to love them.
Okay. And you thought that's obviously not correct, because a child is for life.
Yeah, and that's how I see it.
I think sometimes it's like a fashion statement, like insecurity. That too, but sometimes it's like they just want their kids so they can put them in Nike trainers and Nike jogging bottoms and little Tims, and look at my you in Tims. It's, you know, it's not about
baby
that.
Or to push up a buggy up and downtown.
As a fashion accessory, because we've heard a lot of girls say that, you know, that our baby's just an accessorising thing, and I
and it isn't. It's hard work.
It is hard work.
Yeah.
Why do you think a lot of girls are getting pregnant today?
From speaking to young people, I think it's one of two things. One thing is they don't realise sometimes that they're in a vulnerable situation, so they're drunk or whatever, they have peer pressure and they have sex without being ready for it, or they think that having a baby is going to be fun. It's like a fashion accessory. It's like, oh, all my friends have got kids, so I'll have one as well.
I think a lot of young girls get pregnant to try and keep their partner, to get a house of their own because it's quicker. I think people get pregnant because of their childhood. They think, oh, I'm going to make my child's baby better than mine.
Yeah.
I think people get pregnant for comfort and stuff.
I wouldn't say it's a fashion accessory, but I just think that it's too common. People now are doing it sort of for fun because they think that it's the fun thing to do, because people now believe children are easy, but until you experience it you don't really know. Like, I like the way the government's bringing in this new attitude, and they're bringing those dolls in and letting teenagers keep those for a couple of weeks. That's a great way to show they're still children themselves. It's a great way to show children that to have a child isn't fun and it's not the thing to do at the moment.
Why some girls get pregnant?
No, if that was the case, they would use the pill, Femidons. It's just a fashion. Everyone now on the streets is pushing a buggy, innit? Little girls, 14, 15,
pushing
big
buggies
bellies.
now.
So none of
It's
you lot are
fashion.
mothers?
No.
You lot know a lot of...
Yeah, mum.
People's got babies.
Yeah, like my sister, she's got babies, and like she's the same age as me, and I think to myself, nah, that can't be me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I could cope. I haven't got money. I haven't got a secure life. Nothing. Yeah.
And is that the same with you two as well?
Yeah.
So do you lot put on those kind of activities? I mean, I know you said you did your life skills. course?
Yeah, no, we don't arrange to do things like that. The life skills here, we'll do like a practical session, which might be painting, and they seem to like cross stitch and things like that now.
That's
They
interesting.
just sit there for hours just doing cross stitch, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a way of them, relaxing, I suppose. And even the ones that've got babies, they like to do their bit as well. So, and then they've got something at the end of it, and they're really proud of it. 'Cause they might not have done anything like that before, and they're really proud to show you. They can't wait to show you when you come in the next day if they've finished it.
There was a case on GMTV and in the newspaper, and it was about 3 sisters that one got pregnant, the other one was jealous and got pregnant too, and then the younger one that was only 13 at the time didn't like the fact that the other 2 were getting attention and got pregnant, and the mum said that it was unfair that she wasn't getting more help because she was bringing up 3 children that were now having children of themselves, even though the 3 daughters were going to be getting support, but the mum wanted more support. It was a really big thing, and it was a joke. It was a joke. People like that make me angry. If you are bringing in a child to this world to get money, or because you're jealous that somebody else has got a child, how can you justify that? How can you justify bringing a child into the world and more than likely not looking after it because you were jealous of your older sister? That is a joke to me.